Hey, so tonight I want to go over how we find deals. Um, I think before I talked a lot about using realtors, and that's a big part of what I'm doing now. I'm going through realtors to find deals. They're able to find any kind of deal, right? Some of the type of deals that we talk about can easily be found through a realtor that you can work with. But I want to show you the advantage of the system that we have here in our hands. All the different ways you can find deals, and it's all in these systems. So let's get started. So look here, finding deals. All right, you always make money when you buy. That's a true statement. The way you buy a deal is the way you make money, right? So you got to know that you're building equity in the deal when you buy it. I personally don't buy deals unless I have a buyer already in place. So we'll talk about that as we go on. But some of the possible ways to go through auctions. Uh, at auctions, you have to have cash money on hand, not a check. It has to be money right there on hand. It can be a money order, but it has to be a cashier's check money order. It can't be a check from your banking account. So it has to be real money that's been purchased on a money order, or it has to be some form of cash. Mailings, flyers, door hangers. I can remember spending many days going knocking on doors and just hanging flyers in doors in neighborhoods of desire in the home where I wanted desirable homes. And that's pretty effective. It's a little labor intense. Um, you can get out, walk, talk to a lot of home owners, let them know that you're interested in purchasing homes in your area. You can hire, people to pass out flyers for you and go door to door, the door hangers. There are some expense associated with getting the mailers together and getting the door hangers together, and then actually getting them passed out. That's what got me excited about the system that I want to show you today. Ads and paper. Gee, when I first started investing, late 90s, ads and papers were the thing. It was the Atlanta Constitution at the time. Now you can use Craigslist to post ads. You have all kind of different programs like Penny Savers. I remember the back page was a good place to post for real estate deals. Um, and of course, posting business cards. So there's a lot of sites, guys. You know that now where you can advertise anything, even Facebook. I mean, social media. Driving for dollars. I've ran ant farms where I have a team go out and look for abandoned homes, homes that are dilapidated or look condemned or need some work. And then you simply have to find the owner of that home and send them postcards, yellow letters until you get a response. Typically, you get about a 1% response out of sending yellow letters and postcards, so you have to send quite a few. And then you have the idea of sending multiple sends, and we'll go over some of that today, where you can send a postcard out, week after week to someone, so you get branded in their mind that you can buy their house. Fizballs for sale by owners. You can simply search for sale by owners, local newspapers, Craigslist, Zillow. There's so many ways to find Fizballs these days. There's Fizball sites for sale by owner sites. Bandit signs. I've done this too, where you put the signs out by the road, and people living in the area, they stop, they give you a call. I have actually bought deals that way. You get a lot of non-starters that way. You'll meet a lot of investors that way. Um, it's labor intense though, with getting those signs out and putting them back and getting them back in. When I first started, it used to be a fine for having signs out over during the week. So you have to put them out on the weekend and then get them back up. I guess the main thought now is just leave them out. Find somewhere you can leave them out. You will get a call sometime from the county, and just make sure you get those up. Don't put them back in that area. So you can find a place where they can stay out all the time, then you're good to go. Then hardship sales, pre-foreclosure, divorce, death, done that too. You got foreclosure list, pre-foreclosure list. You can mail to those people, call them. reach out to them, and you'll get houses that way as well. And those are some real exciting ways to get houses. The neat thing is, which I'll pull up here, Really Flow, the Flip Mastery, and My House Deals allow you to do all those. So let's start out with Real Flow, finding deals in Real Flow. So I would call that part is the lead pipe, right? You can find properties, you can find the people, or you can find probate leads. This is kind of what this system offers. So let's look at finding properties. So we're on the dashboard now. We go into lead pipes, property leads. All right. And then here you can simply choose a zip code. So a zip code I like here recently for DeKalb County is 30030. It's a good mix of properties. Okay. So you can find these leads. Now, under this lead type, you can actually go ahead and say, okay, I want to find absentee owners. Those are people who own the house but do not live there. If we were looking for buyers, you can find cash buyers, free and clear houses, high equity, low equity, upside down. So let's just do upside down as a choice. We could choose any of these or all of these. We'll do upside down. Okay, so upside down in this market. So, and we'll just start with Howard Street. We're saying this market estimate is $419,000. Okay, so let's say we're going to create a list. When you find houses by situation like this, the seller may not actually be a seller yet. He doesn't know his house is for sale until you knock on his door, send him a postcard, let him know you're willing to buy that property. So in this case, these homeowners, although they're just like we want them, upside down, they don't know their house is for sale per se. So we're going to enlist them with doing a yellow letter campaign. All right, a yellow letter campaign is basically a yellow, it's written on like a yellow postcard, and it's a hand scripted note from you saying, hey, I want to buy your house. This is going to be an example of that. So let's say that we decided to go and send, let's say we're going to do 10 people, 10 sellers. Oops, can I get the slide? Yeah, come on. Okay. So, not doing a good job. This is on 2 screens. All right, we're going to do 2 sellers, okay? But imagine it could be up to whatever number you want, okay? So now we're going to build a campaign around those sellers, all right, from the list I just built, which is only 2 in this case. Because it's on 2 screens, I couldn't click it to get it to roll down. So you get the idea here, though. So we could decide we want to send them 1 postcard at a time or 1 yellow letter. We're going to send them 1 every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Let's go with 2 touches. And we're going to do 2 touches on a bi-weekly basis. So I mean, in 2 weeks period of time, they're going to receive 2 postcards from me. This campaign, we can call this one Upside Down. And this is, I'm going to say Decatur. Upside Down Decatur. Okay? Then you can hit next. And once you hit next, you can decide what you want to go inside the letter. This is the creative part. So this time we're looking for upside down. So we'll say low equity upside down. Okay. So hopefully we'll find someone who may be a little distressed, who may be a motivated seller. We can decide to send first class or go standard. We'll just say go standard. All right. It costs you just a little less to go standard, roughly 14 cents, I believe that is. All right. So we started a campaign for upside down sellers, in this case, or homeowners, and we're going to build a mailing. The first mailing, we can see right now, just looking at it, it's a personal pen letter. We can change that to a yellow letter or postcard. We're going to stick with the personal pen letter. You can make the stationery have a lighthouse, a ship, or stars. All right, we're going to go with stars. And then you can decide how you want the content to be. Content 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to go content 1 on this one. Preview of the letter. This is what it looks like. And this is written by my friend Greg Clement, because he started this program, and we'll get to change this on the next screen. Basically, it says, "Hi, my name is Greg. I'm very interested in buying your house." This homeowner now knows his house is for sale. Prior to this letter, they may not know that someone wants to buy their house, or it was time to sell that house. You can also edit the letter to make it how you want. I like the standard format that it comes in. And then you get the second letter that goes out as well. You can change that to a different form, the lighthouse or whatever. So in this case, it's 2 mailings, $149 each, and it comes up to $5.96. Now in this case, you'll probably be doing maybe 100 of these, so it could be $596. You know what's changed about this and what makes it so exciting about this program? I used to have to buy the list of names. This is years ago. Then I would have to either go to Kinko's and make the postcards and yellow letters to send out and then stamp them, or I would have to list a service that did all this for me. What makes this Really Flow marketing campaign here for the lead pipe so interesting is all housed here. You don't have to go anywhere. Everything is here. You don't have to create your own mailings. I mean, the content, any of that stuff. It's all here. So that's what makes it neat. And it mails out from here as well. So now we can go to the next stage where we could personalize it. Here you can see the name of the person sending it. Also, oh, my gate is ringing. Also, here you'll put your website. In my case, I put BizStar LLC. This is the return label and shipping and return label information. And then I always send a mailing to myself to see exactly how it came out when it was sent. Okay? In this case, you'll move next. And here you go. In this case, it is $8.94 to send out one mailing to 3 homeowners that first week. 2 weeks later to send out 3 more. Okay? Then if you wanted to purchase, you could go here and you could purchase that. Right? So that is one method of contacting homeowners to buy their property for wholesale or for investment altogether. This system has saved a lot of time by putting all this in one place. So you can find properties, you can find people by those same type of criteria, including private lenders and cash buyers. So we'll look at that over time, but that's an example of how Really Flow really is effective. Okay, and this falls under that category of mailings, right? This is an example of mailing, also of hardship, right? You can find people in different categories or circumstances and mail it out to them that way. All right, and lost my cursor here. There it is. Okay, so now another neat way is on the data cruncher. This right here is one of the most unique ways you can find to buy a property. It may ask me to log back in here. You can do it by the same zip code. So now I'm going to go down. I'm going to choose the same zip code, 30030. Okay? It's going to search that zip code for square footage. It's going to give me a comparison of what houses in that zip code cost per square foot. Right? I'm glad that's up now. So here, we see that properties in this zip code cost $260 a square foot. Those are pretty costly homes. 34 listings are under the $260 cost per square foot. That's right. This is a scraper. It actually goes through the MLS and finds deals that are already listed below the market value for square footage for this area. So just to be clear, 260 is the square footage for this area. This is how much it costs. This particular property is listed at 50% below that. I can see that this is a condo or apartment or townhouse. So I'm not going to look at that one. We're going to look for ones that are marked in green and not red. Although the ones in red could still be deals. Let's go down further. This is more condos. Let's see, can we find one? Okay, here's one. This one is 34% below the market value. It's listed that way already. Once I click on this, it takes me over to Trulia. I can see this property. So although properties are listed at $260 square footage, in this house is listed at, let's see, can we find that easily? It has 2,119 square foot, and it is selling for $171 a square foot. So what I'm saying is this particular property is actually on sale lower than market value. This is a good deal to pursue. Now, this particular deal, I would pursue through my realtor. I would contact my realtor. I would do my analysis as we did in our last video. I would decide what my MAO is, my maximum allowable offer. I would contact my realtor, and she would contact this guy here, Matt Myers, right? Matt would then, and her would then discuss a contract for me to buy that property based on the offer that I give her. My offer may actually still be lower than this, depending on repairs and those situations. A house like this, though, may not need a lot of repairs and may not even meet my buying criteria because of that. But here's an example of a house that's selling already below market value. Would you say that house is probably distressed? Would you say you may already have a motivated seller there? I say you do, because the house is already below value. And that is finding deals that are listed on MLS. But wait, there's more. In this system, you can also go to the software section, and you can look at automated deal finders this way. This right here will scrape the internet and mostly Craigslist. There's a video tutorial for everything in this system. All right, so let's say we start a new campaign here and say the name of this campaign will be Test Market, because I'm making a test. And the state will be Georgia in this case. And let's say the city will be, Atlanta. Let's just choose something else. Let's say that you are, let's just say Northwest. Let's say Macon, for instance. All right, we're Macon. All right. And then the keyword, you get to choose. You can say handyman special, fixer up, wholesale. We're going to say handyman special. Right? That's a good way of finding deals on the internet that are for wholesalers. Right? It's a house that needs some repairs. It's called a handyman special. Okay? While that's loading, I'm going to drink a little of my tea. My throat's a little scratchy this evening. Okay. So now, what this scraper have done, I call it a scraper, it's a way of finding deals. It's gone out and found deals with that terminology in the heading, right? Handyman special. Right? So this particular one we'll take a look at is $159,000. That's what it's selling for. And on the Craigslist, this is what it looks like. Well, it's kind of a small house. Oh, it's actually $15,900. Okay, that makes a little more sense. So $15,900. So in this case, I will still do my research. I will go through and find out what the value of the property is in Really Flow. I would then find out what the repair cost would be based on maybe the pictures from Zillow or pictures here if this is enough. And then I will come up with my maximum allowable offer and make an offer on this deal. So you can see now through using the Power Flipper, there's two ways to find deals. So here we're actually looking at ads in the paper. We're not posting an ad, although we can do that as well. We're finding ads in the paper this way. And also we're using MLS system, which is not on this screen, but it's discussed a little further in this PowerPoint. All right, the MLS system. Okay, so now that's two ways you can find deals in the Power Flipper. Now, My House Deals. Again, My House Deals is a list. I'll go home so you can see from the scratch here. Is a list of properties for sale or properties you can list. It also have a database for cash buyers, private lenders, and so forth. So in this case, we'll do the same zip code, 300. No, let's do some. Well, we'll do the same with 30030. That's what we looked at earlier. So we'll take a look at that. So that's the zip code I put in. We can decide to look at wholesale deal, motivated sellers, or investor ready for foreclosure. Let's look at wholesale deals in this case, okay? And then property type. Right now, I'm just buying single-family homes. And price, everything we're buying right now is between 100,000 to 600,000. So that's the price range I'll put the value of these houses in. No, that's the asking price. I want that to be in the ARV. So the ARV is the after repair value. That's the value of the home is all fixed up. The asking price is really just what the seller is asking at this time. So the asking price can be 0. In this case, I'll say 0 to 600,000, right? Because we don't want to go over that because that's where our value margin is. All right, this is the right zip code. Let's search properties. Let's see that we find anything. Okay. So my house deal in that price range, you start finding properties here, and you see a listing here. So let's look at this property, for instance. It is estimated repair after repair value is 200,000. The asking price is 107,000. 30,000 repairs. Well, we would do our analysis on it just like in the other deal to find out what the actual value is to us. You never take another seller's value without doing your actual comps. And that's where Really Flow really comes in. It actually allows you to do the comps just as if you were an appraiser appraising the house. And then we do our repair list and come up with Mayo. But this is an example of how you will find deals through My House Deals. Now, guys, you see, this is 3 different tools that we have. Direct mail by using Really Flow. You have the data cruncher. Where is that? Oh, I took it down. Oh, it was over here. I can't get back to it. Okay. You have the data cruncher here, and also you have the software tool, which is the deal finder for scraping the internet. And then we have My House Deals. Think how much work this is. If you're really serious about finding properties at a low discounted price and selling them back off, this is work all night, all day, every day. And this is part of why I came up with the idea of uniting as a group to put those hours in. If you're a full-time investor, great. I mean, you got time to put in and you need to put that time in. If you work, it's great to have someone else that you're partner with working as well and talking through campaigns with you. This is kind of the idea behind this marketing campaign and behind how the Real Estate Roundtable will work. I just want to kind of illustrate some of the ways you can find deals. There are more ways that we even have to find deals, but this is a few how the system will allow you to help you find some deals. Okay, so I'll switch back here. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share here. Okay, and guys, let's take action. Let's get involved. I know that your free trial is running out for some of you. I hope this video helped you see the power of the program that we have.